Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to another episode of the Untamed Trail. Today, you're going to be watching me fishing at the island at Forster that I go to quite a bit. The start of the day, I actually spent about 90 minutes to 2 hours fishing a different spot, but I had absolutely no luck. It was bloody miserable. It was hot. I was getting bitten by sandflies, and I didn't catch a single thing. I think I had one little bite, and that was it. It was a rough start to the morning, so I went, you know what, let's go to the island, let's see if we can get on the floodies again. And yeah, here we are, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Got a flatty. Well, gang, we finally got on the board. He probably would have been 40, borderline 40. Really healthy fish. Basically, I, as you can see, don't have much room to work with, especially because the way he'd hooked it was actually a little bit deeper in the mouth, so it took a bit of effort with the pliers to get it out. But yeah, he swam away very, very quickly once the hook came out. Didn't have a chance to get a photo or anything, but yeah, stoked to get on the board, guys. It's been about 2.5 hours of fishing and really struggled. That's the first bite I've had since that first hit this morning, so stoked to get on the board. Let's cast out, let's see if we can catch a few more, guys, and get back on the board. Yes! Got him. Alright, he just got a bit cranky. Look at that, guys. Gorgeous little floodie. I hooked him pretty well, so we're just going to walk him back. There he is, guys. Gorgeous fish. Well, that's 2 floodies now, and that one that had a good follow put it in his mouth and then popped him out. That last one probably would have been very close to that first size, so around that 40. Good healthy flatty. I'm not taking a feed, so they're just going back in and just having a lot of fun, guys. But yeah, we've finally got onto a few fish. As you can see here, there's these patches of weed and then this sort of sand and then patches of weed and patches of sand. So typically I'm just trying to get on the edges of the weed bed into those sand flats and just sort of roll it depending on where the current's going to be. But that seems to be working in this spot. We're going to keep going and hopefully it keeps working, guys. Let's get back into it. You. Oh, that is insane head shakes. Tiny floodie. Wow. There we go, guys. Probably the world's tiniest floodie. Well, that was pretty funny. Been throwing that prawn for quite a while now and hadn't had any more after that last flathead, and thought, oh, you know what, I'll just chuck that grub again, see what happens. maybe 5 seconds in the water, bang, little flatty went and had a crack at it. So we're going to be throwing the grub now for a couple of minutes and see what happens with that one, guys. But that's why I always say change lures and change it up. If something's not working, don't get frustrated. Try something different. Eventually, you'll get that colour and you'll get that motion that you need. And yeah, get on the fish. But we're going to throw back and keep on going, guys. Let's go. So I've been fishing this location the same no matter which lure I've been using. It's just slightly different retrieval speeds, but as you can see, there's these big sand flats in here, and that's where that lighter colour is, and that darker colour section's there, and there are weed beds. So the current is absolutely ripping left to right. So I'm throwing out, say, to here, and then letting that drift, and then trying to get into the back of these weed beds here. It seems to be working pretty well. Obviously, with the smaller prawn, I can't cast as far, so I'm really having to organise where I want to try and get to for that first section of it. But the second one can get out the back and then hit the back section of, say, this weed bed here. But I've been finding with that big left to right, most of the flatheads have been sitting on the back section of those weed beds. So it's all about floating it into where that back section of the weed bed's going to be, where it joins the sand. And that's where I've been having a bit of success today, guys. So that's been the standard for it. And then it's just maintaining contact on the bottom. So soft little skips, soft little retrieves, and just letting it stay on that bottom, because that's where the flathead are, that's where the brim are. So that's been the plan. It's worked the second half of the day. The first half it definitely didn't. That was just a nightmare. But yeah, second half of the day it's been working, guys. So we're going to stick with that and keep going. I have him. Got him. There we go. Got him this time. Ooh, pulling a little bit, but another small little flatty. Oh. So that, guys, is flatty number 4. He is, geez, 30. He'd be about 30, that one. A little bit smaller than the first two, about the same size as that second one, and that was on that bloodworm colour. So we're going to get him back in the water. So another little flatty. That's 2 smaller ones on that biotough grub, and the 2 bigger ones at the start of the day were on that Rapala imposter prawn. Yeah, wasn't getting anything on that prawn for a while. Changed that grub and yeah, pulled in those 2 little ones, guys. It is actually turned into a really nice second half of this day. The wind has died down a little bit. Just have a look at that, guys. It's a pretty hard backdrop to beat, and to yeah, it's difficult to not enjoy your fishing even if you're not catching stuff, but yeah, it definitely makes it better if you're pulling in a few flatties. And look at this, guys. So we're gonna have a few more casts, hopefully crack maybe one more, hit that 5 mark. Yeah, guys, let's get back out there. Well, that's it for today, guys. It was a really slow start to the morning. We saw some of those eagle rays. That was pretty cool. It only had that one little hit on that section of it. So a little bit disappointing. I wanted to fish a slightly different section of it, but just couldn't find a way to get there. But then we went across to the island, caught a bunch of fish, really happy with how that went. A significantly better second half of the day. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And until next time, tight lines.